One of the most hurtful experiences you can actually go through is when someone hurts you so badly and you don't get your justice. You just feel like they got away with it. They hurt me so much, and how could they? I think it's a universal experience as well. A couple weeks ago, I shared a post about karma and how you should let people be their own karma. And I've written about this so many times in the past where I say, don't give them a taste of their own medicine. They already know what it tastes like. That didn't come out of nowhere. Don't give them a taste of their own medicine. They already know what it tastes like. That's from my very first book, Mind Platter. So you know I've been living by this for years now. It does you no good to change who you are based on the way that someone else hurt you. It does you no good to punish yourself for being a good person, for being somebody who's honest and loyal and dedicated and genuine and authentic and trustworthy. It does you no good to change from being that person and punishing that person because somebody else decided to use those very beautiful qualities against you. When it comes to your own healing, the only winning is you walking away with your life fully intact and not allowing the person who so badly hurt you to continue to hurt you. That's the only winning. There's no such thing as, oh, they got away with so much, they won. They can move on with their life as if nothing happened, they won. They're gonna move on and be with somebody else and be happy, or they're gonna move on and hire somebody else and they're gonna treat them better than they treated me, or they're gonna move on and find new friends and they're gonna be so much nicer to them than they ever were to me. That's not them winning. And also, that's not the definition of winning when it comes to your healing. You winning has nothing to do with somebody else losing. You winning has nothing to do with how somebody chooses to pick up the remnants of your departure from their life and move forward with their life. Your winning strictly has to do with your own life. So they taught you that being honest puts you at risk of people taking advantage of you. Good. You know what that means? Moving forward with your life, you're going to continue being honest, but the moment somebody gives you a sign, a hint, not even a red flag, a yellow flag, anything that's not green, the moment they give you a sign like that, you say, I'm taking my honesty elsewhere. It's clearly not welcome here. Would you take a diamond that you have or a precious piece of 24 karat gold that you own and put it in a place that's muddy or trashy, full of garbage? You wouldn't. So why would you take your honesty and loyalty and consistency and dependability and trustworthiness and put it in a place that only has mud and trash to offer you? Do you think that if you keep your beautiful self in a muddy, trashy place for long enough that you're gonna change that muddy, trashy place into a castle or a palace or a beautiful, clean, pristine place? That's what you think. You think if I try hard enough, if I show them who I am hard enough, then they're going to change. They're going to want to clean up the place for me. But that's not the truth. When they see that you can tolerate, that you can live through, that you can live with the trash and the mud, they're gonna say, well, the things you have to offer must be not that great if you're accepting this. And I'm not saying this to you to tell you they have the power to define how worthy you are or how unworthy you are. I'm just telling you that when you make the choice to no longer value what you have based on how the environment that you're putting it in is choosing to treat you, that's all you're going to get in return for what it is that you have to offer and for who it is that you actually are. Your life will become much easier when you realize that not everybody is like you, and not everybody has the same values you have, and not everybody values honesty and authenticity and being a good person, being a committed, loyal person. Not everybody appreciates that and values that the same way that you do. If a person walks into your life and all they're looking for is what you have to offer them, materialistically, they will not care about your great qualities as a human being. They will use those great qualities to convince you and manipulate you into getting out of you what it is that they want to get out of you. And that comes at the price of you sacrificing who you are. And that's a very heavy price to pay. Because while you're trying to show them how good of a person you are, how much you want something with them, how serious you are about your life with them, they're thinking, how much more can I get out of you? I don't care that you're this great person. You're not giving me what I want. And so then you end up feeling like they're punishing you for something that you don't even understand. Like, why are you punishing me? I'm a great person. I'm being so good to you. It's because what you're giving them, because what, emphasis on the what, you're giving them is not what they're looking for in you. Sometimes people walk into our lives pretending to want something that's similar or the same to what we want. And they only do that so that we could actually open up to them and think, oh, wow, we're on the same page. Let me be open and honest and vulnerable with you, because that's the only way to build connections. That's the only way to build a relationship. That's the only way to build a friendship. It's the only way to actually genuinely feel like you're building something over time, is to open yourself up. So then once they have you opened up, they will use all the tactics in the book, if their intentions from the beginning were in the wrong place, to get what it is they want out of you. And they will bank on your goodness to gaslight yourself out of ever thinking that maybe their intention is to use you. They know that you were raised in a way where you actually look at people for the best that they can be, and you don't give yourself permission to think negatively of someone, even if they're giving you negative things as evidence of what their intentions are. So to take this back to karma, let them be their own karma. Somebody who walks into every person's life that they've ever encountered thinking, what can you offer me? That on its own is their karma. Nothing that you could do to them will be worse than who they already are. Nothing that you could take away from them, nothing that you could punish them with, will be a bigger punishment than who they already are. Their character, their values, the way that they see themselves and see the world, all of that comes from a place of insecurity. They're already suffering. For them to be able to hurt you the way that they did, they already have a lot of pain inside. And I'm not saying it for you to feel bad for them or to pity them even. I'm saying don't change your good heart. Don't change your good heart because somebody stomped all over it. You put your heart back together and you say, never again, never again will I allow someone to treat me that way. Never again will I ever allow someone to speak to me that way. Never again will I allow someone to hurt me repeatedly and have their words completely mismatch with their actions and give them another chance. Never again. You make the choice to protect your good heart because that's your karma, and you never let the person who broke you keep you broken and keep you in a place of weakness where you think that the only way for you to move forward is to see them suffer. You're so much bigger than that. Just let them go. Stop focusing on what they're doing in their life and who they've met or who they've befriended or who they are currently working with, or whatever the context is. Connect it to that. Apply it to that. Stop focusing on them and how they're moving forward from you, and start focusing on how you're moving forward for you and for your future and for the younger version of you that learned early on that the way they treated you was safe and that it was something that you could survive. In order for you to heal that younger version of you, and in order for you to honor the future version of you and versions of you, you move forward with your life for those versions of you. Not away from, not despite, not to hurt them in some way, the person who hurt you, but for yourself. That's your karma. Somebody who hurt you that badly has hurt many people before you that badly. I need you to believe that, because what they wanted you to believe is that they hurt you because you deserved the hurt. They want you to believe that you were the problem, and that's what caused them to hurt you in the way they hurt you. And they want you to believe that you pushed them to mistreat you because something about you is wrong. That's what they want you to believe. But the truth is, you were never the problem. The truth is, you don't deserve to be hurt in that way, and you never did. If they hurt you that badly, with no remorse, with no empathy, with so much cruelty, that's because that's who they are. They've done it to people before you, and they will do it to people after you. And I know you're thinking, no, they're gonna meet new people and be great to them. Were they not great to you at the beginning? What was that? That was the period where they were earning your trust, where they were gaining your openness and vulnerability, where they were learning about you. And the moment they felt like they had their hooks in, they decided to abuse the trust that you gave them. Isn't that such a bad karma to already have? Why do you need to put your energy into making them suffer? Somebody asked me, what's the difference between sharing your story and wanting to make them suffer? The difference is your intention. That's it. If you share your story because it helps you heal, by all means, go ahead and share it in whatever format you want. It could be sharing it in your journal. It could be sharing it to a friend. It could be sharing it on social media. Many people do it. There's nothing wrong with it. If your intention is to share your story so that it no longer has power over you, go ahead. But if your intention is to make them suffer and to make people around them see them a certain way, I would urge you to stop. And you don't have to listen to me, okay? You don't have to take my advice. I'm somebody who, the most important thing for me is when I put my head on my pillow at night, I want to make sure that I have nothing that I regret. And I know myself, if I share something with the intention to hurt someone or to make the people around them see them differently, I can't sleep. I can't live with myself. Because to me, my character, my goodness is more important than the pain that they caused me. I can heal that on my own. I don't need to make somebody suffer for me to stop suffering. And I hope you take that as an invitation to never in your life allow the way that they tainted you to actually make you tainted just like them. You know, whatever they spilled on you, that pain, the cruelty, the ugly words, the ugly treatment, all of that was spilt on you by them because that's what they have. It's like a person walking around with a can of paint and that's all they have. So that's all they're gonna paint you with. The ugliness, the negativity, the bad words that don't resemble you, the the accusations that have nothing to do with you. It's because that's all they have. So they're going to paint you with that. And what you can do is clean that paint off of you and say, that has nothing to do with me. I'm going to walk around and use the paint I have. And that paint is goodness, kindness, generosity, not just with my money, but with my heart, with my love, with my respect, with my consideration. That's what I'm going to paint the world with. But I'm not going to paint you with that anymore, because all I got from you was a complete opposite. Learn where to take your energy. Take it to places that honor you, that appreciate you, that appreciate everything that you have to offer, and never take it for granted, and take it to yourself. That's probably the hardest part. That's probably the hardest part. The people who hurt you want you to believe that you have nothing great to offer, that you are flawed, that there are so many wrong things about you. And the best thing you can do for yourself when those people make you feel that way is to actually hold on tighter to everything that makes you who you are, is for you to appreciate the beautiful qualities within you, and to say, just because you don't see value in them doesn't mean that they don't have value. And it doesn't mean that there aren't other people in the world who will see me and think, do people like you actually exist? And people like that actually exist. I know when you are going through so much pain and suffering, your mind plays tricks on you and says, nobody is worthy of my trust. Nobody can actually love me for who I am. Nobody can actually respect me and appreciate me for who I am. That's your nervous system trying to protect you, because the last time you trusted someone, and the time before that you trusted someone, and the time before that you trusted someone, you ended up feeling betrayed. You ended up being abandoned. You ended up being treated with the complete opposite of what they promised you they would offer you as an extension of that trust. So your nervous system, your body is saying, we're not trusting anyone anymore. Nobody out there deserves our trust. Nobody out there deserves our openness. And so when that happens and you feel that protection over you, that's actually stopping you from branching out and opening up to people and actually connecting to new people, the people who hurt you become so much smaller. When you sense that your nervous system is telling you that's dangerous, danger, 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 it's stopping you not only from connecting with the wrong people, and that's its priority based on everything that you've been through. It's trying to stop you from connecting with good people as well. And so you need to tell your nervous system, I know what you're trying to do, but trust me, this time, if they show me any sign and any hint of pain, betrayal, jealousy, whatever, I will walk away. Trust me this time. And when you do that, you give yourself an opportunity to feel connected and seen and heard and loved and respected and looked at for all your qualifications and all the things that make you amazing. And that in itself is healing. And when you start feeling those things, the people who hurt you go from being this big in terms of how much power you feel they have over you and over your life, to shrinking to smaller and smaller and smaller places in your life. And that's the only way for you to move forward. It will hurt. I'm not going to deny that. It will hurt when you see them move on. It will hurt when you see them succeed after everything they did to you. It will hurt when you see that they're not as affected as you were by what they did to you. It'll hurt because you're human. And as humans, for us to feel like our pain was seen and that it didn't go to waste, there's a part of us that's like, there has to be some kind of justice. The sooner you accept that life is not fair, the sooner you will be free. Not everybody gets what they deserve. And when that's the case, don't take that as an invitation for you to make sure that they get what they deserve. Why? Because they are what they deserve. And all the good things that come their way, just like when you came their way, they're going to fumble them. Because their problem isn't with getting great opportunities. Their problem is with themselves, the way they see themselves in the world. A person who's insecure can get the most beautiful, precious diamond on earth and look at it and say, what's so special about you? Just because you're rare and you're so sought after, you think that you're better than everybody else? So what's the point of getting that diamond? So what's the point of them succeeding or them moving forward to the next person if they can't truly appreciate what comes their way? They already are their karma. Rest in that. Sit with that and let them go. Free yourself. You've been carrying this pain for so long, comparing your journey to theirs for so long. How could they, after everything they did to me, just move on with their life? Put that question down. That's not yours to answer. How could they hurt you that way? It's because that's who they are. And how could they hurt you that way and move on? It's because that's who they are. And people are dispensable to them. You're not replaceable because you're actually replaceable. You're replaceable because what they go for in people are things, images. They're, how do I feel to be seen with you around other people? What does it mean that I got someone like you? Ultimately, they're not actually valuing you. They're valuing what you add to their life. They're valuing what you add to their life. And you don't want that. You want somebody who loves who you are. You want somebody who values who you are, not just what you have to offer them. That's why you feel replaceable. That's why you feel discarded, because that is literally what they did. They discarded you for more things from someone else, and they replaced you with somebody else who's going to give them something that you maybe stopped giving them because you started seeing your worth and you started seeing them for who they are. So when you hear me say, the one who broke you can't heal you, it applies here too. Hurting the one who broke you will not heal you. Getting your karma from the one who hurt you will not heal you. Your healing and moving forward has to be focused on you. Don't ever become someone who's vindictive and who wants revenge because they inflicted that much pain upon you. And if you're listening to this and you're saying, I already did it, I already took my revenge, I already went to the people who know them and I told them everything, and does that make me a bad person? No, it doesn't make you a bad person. Maybe at that point you felt like that was the only way for you to move forward. But now that you know better and you've shifted your perspective, you can do better. Don't be hard on yourself. We've all made mistakes. We've all acted out of character at times in our life. We've all done things that, looking back, we say, I wish I did differently. That's okay. Use that as a lesson so that the next time something like this happens, you don't fall into the same trap that tells you, unless I see them suffering, I'm not going to move forward with my life. I talk more about this topic and many more topics in my book, The One Who Broke You Can't Heal You. It's coming out August 25th. I know many of you have pre-ordered so far, but if you haven't, I urge you to put a pre-order for this book, because not only will it support my journey as an author, but it will also tell the world this book is needed and this work is needed. And if you believe that, then please go ahead and pre-order. I hope this episode of Beyond Words helped bring you healing beyond words. And until next time, have a wonderful day.